Hi, diddly ho. Neighborino, it is Jim Dempsey, your cultural coroner, come to deliver the autopsy on death metal. Brought to you today, as ever, by the capable assistance of my off-screen cohort in crime, Philip J. Vandervoort III. Got a viewer request today, which, filming our third episode here, how many viewers have we had yet? So, this question, which comes to us from someone who is totally not Philip J. By request, I'd like to see a four-way between Sanguissugabog, King 810, Peelingflesh, and Bonginator. My favorite tracks, respectively, from each are in order: Dragged by a Truck, Kill 'Em All, Shoot to Kill, parentheses, slowed version, close parentheses, and All Cops Are Biomex. So, quick introduction to our rating scale. Albums are rated on a 3-tier system. Item 1, how enjoyable was this experience? Item 2, how relevant to history was this, and how enjoyable would it be to someone who is not your jaded correspondent? And item 3, what are the artistic choices this band is making? Because it's not just about the riffs. So, let's dive right in here. Sanguissugabog is an American death metal band formed in Columbus, Ohio in 2019, which since last week they've released 1 demo, 1 live album, and 3 studio albums. That's pretty accomplished for, well, Phil tells me it is already almost 2026, and I'm gratified to hear that, because the fact that it's not 2050 means I'm not yet ready for retirement. Now, per their bio here, current members include, but presumably are not limited to, drummer, percussionist. Alright, you know what? I'm out. We're done with this. Drummer, percussion, whatever. What do we got going on here? Okay, you know what? That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I gave each of these bands about 2.5 songs worth of listen, and that's enough for me. If any of these albums has anything that's going to surprise me, I will give everyone here $5 a piece, all right? This many years in, when you know, you know. And I barely needed to listen to it to know. Yeah, usually I don't need to listen to it to know. I can look at your band photo and your name and read a couple song titles, and I am never surprised. It'll happen to you. Now, Sanguissugabog is death metal. Is it good? I'm not the market for this. This is meant for someone younger than me, I'm sure. Someone, I bet their mothers are proud. What's up with the drums? It sounds like a bunch of dorks that sat in a studio for too long. Ah. Look, I'm just never surprised this late in the game. What's it sound like? You know what it sounds like. More people are listening to this than are listening to me. Alright, moving right along here. We're going to head into King 810. And one song was pretty enjoyable. I was pleasantly surprised, so I had to listen to an extra song and a half just to confirm. If I need to say anything about this, you haven't been at this long enough. You know what we say in my industry is res ipse, the thing speaks for itself. Peeling flesh. Look, I'm never surprised, but this was interesting. I'm going to give you that one. I probably have to give a treatment to Wigger Slam to itself at length and on. I like the choices that are on offer here. Are they well executed? So, a lot of people will tell you, oh, I love hip-hop, because they maybe listen to some hip-hop music in addition to whatever else. Me? I like some hip-hop songs. Am I going to tell you that I love hip-hop? I don't know enough about that shit to even begin. Like, I'd sound like a dumbass. So, I stay in my lane. No. I love death metal, and, I don't know if I like what you're doing to it with all of these. But you know what? I'm going to give this one higher up from the Sanguissugabog. At least you're doing something refreshing with it, although we are definitely not speaking the same language when we say death metal. I know. The kids call it something else. We'll come back to that. It's too much to get into here. It all sounds the same to your mom. Or else, go ahead and drop your mom's number in the comments. Now, last on the list today, Bonginator. Have I mentioned that I'm never surprised by this point in the game? I only needed one song with this band. What did I expect? I'm gonna be honest. Pleasant surprise here. The name, 5 points off for that, but I like municipal waste enough that yeah, we're down. I'll come back to this. Thumbs up. Good work, kids. Fellow old men. It's getting hard to tell these days. So, moving right along, let's rate these guys out. Sanguissugabog. How enjoyable did I find it? I'll be generous. I've heard worse. 1 of 10. Historical significance? 3 to 4, maybe. This is the big thing right now. And artistic choices. They're notching up along the way here. That's a good solid 8 or 9 right there. Logo. I don't like these logos today. But 8 or 9. And let's step on to King 810. How enjoyable did I find it? I give this one a 2. That first song was fairly enjoyable, and then it descended quickly into exactly what I would have expected. I had a coworker once upon a time at a shitty job, and this guy was 50 years old, and he listened to nu metal. He was the sort who loved nu metal because, just to judge from the crap that I had to overhear, he knew some obscure, in-depth bands, and I'm really sorry that you had this experience with your mother, everybody. But did this need to be my problem too? Now here's the thing. This guy was 50 years old. So let's do the timeline here. He could not have been less than 30 plus when nu metal was just even opening up. This guy, in the middle of his life, when Dante is wandering through the dark woods and opening portals through the netherworlds, here's this guy. He's digging deep into the nu metal, and oh dear God, don't do meth, kids. Just do cocaine and use penny strips. It's a different world these days. Tell you what. Peeling flesh. One to 2. I know enough about hip-hop to know that you could do this a lot better, but a 3 to 4 for artistic choices, because at least they're doing it. And historical significance? Yeah, buddy. Bonginator. I enjoyed it. 5 out of 10. Yeah, I'm not that generous. I enjoyed it. They look like dorks, and I should know. But I will come back to this. Historical significance? It doesn't look good for you, Bonginator. But, who remembers merciless death? I do, so, we'll see. And, that's about it for today, so come on back tomorrow and we will do this again.